Alrighty, so here we are back again, Warhammer Imperium number 3. This is the magazine with the 3 Primaris Assault Marines. You can see they have the Assault badge and the Ultramarine badge, which not too big a fan of Ultramarines, but that doesn't really matter. The instructions are in here somewhere. There they are. Nope. That's fluff. There's the instructions. And once again, do a good way of explaining clipper safety and all that. I put the first guy together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces. Really simple. There really wasn't much problem at all. There he is in all his glory. Guy with the bolt pistol straight out running like a good assault marine would do. So we're going to go ahead and put just like the warrior we did, I'm going to go ahead, I've done dozens of those. I'm going to go ahead and make them and glue them up together kind of all at once. Got the bases here, my sanding stick, the scraper, and the knife. I think we do need this a little bit, but the best trick is just to cut these guys out really well. Pay attention to how you're cutting them, and that'll work out the best for you in the long run. And I think we had a little tub of blue included with these guys along with the sprue. So set that aside and let's get going. Let's see, the last piece was 6 on the first Marines, so then we just go really easy here. Let's see, where's 7? 7, where are you? Oh, it's the head, that's right. The head, real easy to snip. Just want to snip at the bottom there. Don't even really need to scrape that off. It won't affect anything because of the placement. See, 8 is here. The guy throwing the grenade. Just make sure you get real close to the fig and watch out for the post here. You don't want to snip the post. It's easier to go from the back, cutting up. There we go. And that should do. Oh, no. Got one more here on the side. Just make sure you get that flat pressed up against the model itself. All right, number 9 is his back. Couple of quick snips, and he's got the post on this foot. 1 foot down, 1 foot up, I guess. And then this pistol, yeah, it's pretty rough. We'll take care of that though. 10's the chainsaw arm. The other arm has a grenade. Careful with the elbow. And the sword, want to make sure you get as close as you can. And then 11, yeah, is the jump pack, backpack. Get in there as close as you can and snip that off. Alright, set that aside. We're done with the snippers. And let's see, let's start with the head. Should be pretty easy. Just a little scrape. Try to go diagonal across the crest of that helmet. Work out the best. I think probably just a little sanding on the side. A little bit across the top. That should do. Alright, and then let's grab the back. Scrape along. Like I said, you just want to kind of continuously rotate how you're scraping. It does a much better job. You don't have to put as much force into it. And see, like the hip plate here is nice and clean. That first Marine, oh boy, that was rough. And he had some on like the back of his leg. You just have to take your time, be careful, and scrape that away. And like on the Lieutenant, the leg mold lines are really not even there. And I am going to use the X-Acto, just probably 1 or 2 cuts, real light, with that blade pushed against the holster. So you're just going to cut the connecting point. Barely took any of that off, but that really helps. Let the scraper get in there and do its job. And that is really all. And like the scabbard, the holsters are going to have like a little metallic cap. You just want to be careful so that keeps that line definition there. And the front, yeah, there's some bad connector points right there. And let's see, well, the elbow's not too bad. This elbow's going to be out. Probably going to be able to see that mold line. And see here, there is no mold line, but on his upper arm, his bicep area, there is a bit of a mold line there. Gorget is pretty clean, so yeah, now we got to kind of work on these legs. This leg here. But you just got to keep rotating. And remember to try it both ways. There, see, that didn't turn out too bad. A little bit of little sand there. You're really going to probably see that. You know, in the upper leg, the upper thigh. Want to make sure that stays nice and clean. But that there's also definition. You might want to use that pick just to put some definition back in there. It's nice and slow, scrape it across. Basically do the rest of the leg there like that. Alright, so that's not bad. Came off pretty good. Use the sanding stick. Now his hand, because of that placement of the connecting point, it left a big lip of plastic there, so I'm going to be careful. There we go. That came off nicely. There. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And then the sword. Yeah, see, there's one of those points. That's right on the shoulder blade, shoulder pad. Like I said, you got to get the side and just kind of come at it a couple different ways, going back and forth, but being gentle. Sword. Now there's a little nib at the, like right up at the top for some reason, just to make it hard. So you can't actually run down the full length of the blade. So you just gotta stop short, and you gotta finish off the very tip to get that mold line out of there. And then across, go diagonally across, I don't know, like this, the motors there, I guess. Kind of go across that way and this way, and then you've got the mold lines that you probably will wreck by doing that. Then the scraper has a handy tool to clean that back up. And your fingernail does a pretty good job too. And then the arm brace. And just go back and clean that mold up. And the back of the elbow had a pretty beefy connection there. So just take your time, scrape it down. Tack it by more than one direction. basically so you don't just take off and leave a flat point. Little pommel, guard. And clean that up with your fingernail. There we go. Yeah, that sword's looking good. Clean up the line again. There we go. And now my favorite, jump pack. Again, just lightly and kind of like keep the piece moving around so you can keep that rounded edge. You'll get the hang of it eventually. Got 3 guys here and your lieutenant you just made, so it's good starting piece. And you can always cut that line back again if you've lost it because you scraped too much off. And then the middle, I always like to just use some sandpaper on that. And you can kind of rock the sandpaper back and forth as you draw it across. So just go in there. You can go in there with the X-Acto knife. Just kind of pick it out. There. Get that flattened at the bottom. There we go. A little scrape. Okay, looks good. All right, next I'll show you how I'm going to glue this guy together, and be right back. Okay, so we're back, ready to glue up Marine number 2. So as always, we're going to trim down these posts here, little by little, just a little bit there. Oh, that was a lot. And then, like I said, just put in a little bit of a relief, making like a heel on that post. There we go, and then the other. Remember, slight cuts, and then some relief there in the heel. And go ahead and tackle the shoulder pin. There we go, and a little relief. Okay, so the front chest piece is ready. There's the back chest piece. Nothing really to trim off there. Post is ready to go. Alright, so what I usually do is set the back down, find the head, figure out how it's supposed to go in there. Alright, looks like that. And what I'll do, set that down, put in a little dab of glue on the back there, just to kind of help hold the head in place. Yeah, and that little bit of glue will help the head stay in place while we're going to play around here with the front and back chest plates. Get a little glue on the pins, then a little glue on the weld lines around the neck area, base, and do the same. Here you really want to get glue on both sides. It really help form a good bond. And with that head kind of glued in place already, it's easy to pick up the body and glue them in and hold them. All right, there we go. Oh, we're missing something here. Number 12. Yep, we're missing number 12. Oh, I'm glad I looked at that. See, when you don't use the directions, you might mess something up. I know I messed up a Greyfax fig not too long ago. Really pissed me off. It's a $32 fig, and it became a $64 fig real fast. Because once you get these things glued together, and they are not coming apart. And I had glued her body completely wrong. Because, you know, I've been doing this for like 30 years, so I figured I know what I'm doing. And I don't. Sometimes, especially with the new, like, these fancy CAD figs that are designed these days, they don't always go together the way you think they're going to go together. Okay, maybe just a good relief on this one because it's real dangerous. I ain't going to cut my thumb open. I'll slap that on real quick. Oh, way too much glue. Ha! Oh. Oh boy. Alright, found it. It's also good to do this in an area where if you drop a little itty bitty piece like that, it's easy to find. I am, however, in the basement. It's usually pretty cold. And there's way too many things just sitting around. But I found it. Alright. Shoulder's all ready to go. Slap some glue on there. Another thing I don't particularly like with this dropper, it's so big, and sometimes it's like a flood of glue, and then other times there's almost nothing on there. And get it in there and take a look at the art. Sometimes, I think I mentioned that before, you want to take a look at the art. Here's the guy we're putting together. So sometimes it's not so obvious like where that sword's supposed to go, and it looks like you can mount it the way I've done it, or put it a little bit lower the point down if you wanted. But either way, you can give it a little jiggle and then just hold it so it doesn't push back out. Like I mentioned before, that sometimes when you're gluing these large pins, it'll push back out. And last but not least, we have backpack. Real easy, real light. Just shave a little bit off. And kind of a little relief there. A little heel. And cut a little too much off there. Alright. Okay. And we just glue this guy down. And I think these push fit Marines, the backpack, jump pack, whatever you want to call it, it actually locks in there pretty good, so you don't have to worry about whether or not it's straight. So yeah, I mean it's in there. Once you get it in there, you just hold it, and you'll have your. Well, I've got my second Marine now, but if it's your first one you made together with me, you've got a nice Assault Marine. And thanks for watching. And next up, I just got 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't remember. But I got a whole bunch in the mail like 2 days ago. So I'm way behind. So we'll have some more videos up real soon. And shall see you then. Thanks.